Good evening. Taxpayers have been left with a hefty bill and more protesters could be charged after yesterday's demonstrations that spiralled out of control and closed down part of the CBD. Today it was Sydney's turn as activists headed north for another day of action.
Taxpayers will pick up the estimated $250,000 bill on behalf of protesters who turned the CBD into their own playground of violence yesterday.
Democracy comes at a cost. People are entitled to peacefully protest, but if it gets out of hand like that, I think it's just atrocious.
For 4 hours, the protesters lay siege to the eastern end of the city. The $250,000 bill accounts for the police deployment of more than 400 officers, along with the loss of business for traders and the clean-up operation. There were only 4 arrests on the day.
But they range from inciting violence against opposing sides, as well as I've suggested, violence against our police officers and even our police horses.
Some of the protesters who covered their faces to avoid being identified were later forced to remove their coverings and surrender their anonymity after succumbing to the effects of capsicum spray. Police will review footage of several violent incidents that erupted throughout the day and could lay more charges in the future. The focus today shifted interstate, where similar opposing rallies were staged. In Sydney, 5 people were arrested as hundreds of nationalist and anti-racism protesters rallied at either end of Martin Place. And there were heated scenes in Perth. But it paled in comparison to scenes here in Melbourne, handing us one national mantle we're not proud to own. Brendan Roberts, 7 News.